Bestie, I'm gonna need you to put your fork down, because the former classmate of a plob has reached out to me and told me their own stories, about this man. First of all, before we even get to the emotional support toy, I'm gonna give you a Zofran, a 10 milligram one, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. I'm not gonna be eating. Oh my gosh. So, apparently these plobs are out here harassing people in their schools before they even get old enough to go to GameStop. Oh my God. So, this poor innocent soul. Imagine you're just, a nerd in school and you're trying to be nice to this other nerd, okay? And you're in the locker rooms, you and your buddies. You see this guy and you're like, hey, I'm going to be nice and come up and talk to him, right? We have similar hobbies. You guys are just chit-chatting about nerdy stuff. Whenever he decides to just drop the most insane lore for no reason on you, that is so deeply disturbing. So, this poor innocent kid is just him and his friends are sitting there talking to this weirdo, and they're trying to be nice, and all of a sudden this guy looks at them and was like, oh yeah, so I'm saving jugs for my future wife. And you're like, saving jugs? What do you mean you're saving jugs? Saving jugs of his man milk, okay? He's, and then it gets worse though. This man is single, by the way. He doesn't have like somebody in particular in mind. He's just for his future wife. He is saving up his specimen into milk jugs, and putting them under his bed. He also admits that he is taking the yearbook that just came out, and he is using it, and he has favorites. He is using it to excite himself to put his man milk in these damn jugs, okay? He has got favorites within the yearbook too, and you're trying to be a good person and like get him to tell you his favorites so you can warn these girls and stuff, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna keep that to myself, right? Now that you've been scarred with that information, you're just trying to go on with high school, because this is freshman year. You're like, I just want to move on, right? I just want to pretend like that man doesn't exist. But then you get stuck sitting next to him at graduation. And for absolutely no reason at all, he decides to inform you that he has in fact continued his ventures. Okay, he's bragging about it to you like it's no big deal, bragging to you about how he has continued this venture throughout high school of filling up these milk jugs and putting them under his bed, and that he is now up to 17 jugs of his sperm. What the fuck? I want to know where I'm almost glad that this person did not find out that his favorites in the yearbook, because imagine just being an innocent high school girl and trying to like have a normal high school experience, and you get informed that there's a guy jerking it to you off your yearbook picture and putting it into milk jugs he's hiding under his bed. Apparently this poor innocent kid found out years later after they graduate, or it was like months or years, I can't remember exactly how long they said. After graduation, apparently one of the jugs busted, and the family started to smell it and found it and kicked him out. My thing is what do you mean saving them for your future wife? He said he was saving up his man milk in these jugs for his future wife. What did you think she was going to be doing with them? Did you think she was going to be impressed? Like, were you just going to like give them to it? Did you think she was going to drink it, smell it, put it? Hold on. I am so sorry. I actually physically gagged. I have no physical gag reflex. Like, I can, after a surgery I had, like, I can be shoving, but mental images and smells and, like, tastes of things, oh, God, no. Anyways, here is your emotional support toy. It's a squishy pen. I figured that it was important to give you something you can also use as a self-defense weapon. I am so sorry to the person who had to grow up with the plob. Because why were you putting it in jugs? 17! I know it was over the span of 4 years, because like I said, this started in freshman years when he told him he started, and then like all the way up to graduation, but like 17 jugs? What the fuck? Bestie, sit everything you are holding down. We're going to do another former GameStop employee story time from a follower that sent this in to me. And it's gross, but also it's going to make you want to rage if you've ever had a bad coworker. So here's your emotional support, Pikachu. You take that, and you're going to squeeze him every time you just want to squeeze this person for doing this thing. I feel so bad for this person. So they did not work for the game store. They worked for the console company themselves, for one of the large three. And they had a coworker that made me mad for them. It made me mad for them. I don't know how they worked with this dude for so long. So they worked at the call center. They worked at the call center for this large company. It was one of the three console companies. Now keep in mind, these console companies have free gyms and showers in the building. Like, this is, if you know, you know, like, these big companies have them. And they did bring this up. They had full access to the showers in the gym for free. This man decided that he was just not going to use them, though, and not use the one at his house either. He had a house. He had 3 kids and one on the way. And this is how you're acting. So I feel so bad for the wife too. I feel so bad for this man's wife, because apparently every day he would wear the same outfit, not wash it, and wear it every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. And then the next week he would have another set of clothes. He'd wear the exact same ones Monday through Friday, not showering or anything. You could smell him. He was a bigger dude. So it was more of a hygiene problem too, because the person described him as being about 400 pounds, which I am not fat shaming anybody. I actually dated a dude that was 400 pounds. And the problem with it, though, is him not showering. If you were a plus size person, I used to be a plus size person. I was 200 pounds a couple years ago, if you don't know. You have to shower more. Like, you have more body odor. You're going to have, you know, more sweat. You have more crevices. You know that you need to shower more, okay? But he decided he wasn't going to do that. He actually worked for a snack distribution at the same time. I guess he, like, had a part-time there, too. And so he would get these discounted snacks, and he would literally have to borrow a freaking trolley, like you know, a lift thing, you know, like if you use it for a fridge stuff. And he would bring in every single week. He would bring in all of his snacks for the week. They gave this man 2 cubicles, and he'd have all his snacks. He'd be sitting there crunching while on the phone with customers. Kind of makes me wonder if I ever spoke to this guy, because there's a certain console company that I called once because I was having some issues with my account, and I remember the guy was like crunching on his phone. So I wonder if it was that dude. I don't know. Maybe there's multiple of them like this. But dude would have his entire cubicles covered in like dust and crumbs and bags. And I guess he wasn't cleaning it up. I'm assuming that their cleaning staff had to do it, because if you don't know, they have cleaning staff that comes in at night. And to make this person worse, not only did he stink and wear the same clothes every single day, despite having access to like free showers and everything, and have all these snacks in there, he would get off of work, like get off the phones with his daily job, and instead of going home to his 3 kids and his wife who had a baby on the way, he would stay after work and just play on consoles. Just play on the consoles that they had there in the office. And like, I guess they had like a game room or break room or whatever. And he was just playing on them instead of going home and being responsible at all. Apparently management was like, this was brought to management's attention because of the smell was so bad, where he wasn't bathing and wearing the same outfit all week and stuff. And the food crumbs, and the fact that they gave him 2 cubicles because he was so messy. Like, he was messing 2 cubicles, 2. But apparently this boss said he was so brilliant, they just let it slide, even though he stunk and was making huge messes and just being a complete irresponsible, nasty person. They were just letting it slide because he was so brilliant that he wasn't getting in trouble for it. Are you fucking kidding me? There are plenty of brilliant people out there that shower and don't do the nasty things this dude was doing. Not only is this man like a horrible person and a horrible coworker, he's a horrible husband. You have 3 kids and a child on the way, and you're acting like a little man-child staying at the office after hours, unpaid, like you're just clocking out and then playing on the gaming console because you work for a console company instead of going home and helping with your family. I don't know how this person put up with it, because I would, what do you mean he was bringing in entire trolleys of freaking snacks every week? He was literally borrowing company trolleys to pull them in from his cart. What the fuck? I am so sorry to the person that had to put up with it. I don't know how you did it. Because I would have been losing my freaking mind. Just remember, we hug our emotional support pillow, our emotional support, squeeze it. Okay, we've all had some bad coworkers, but I don't know how you put up with that, man.